This is one of the most famous EVP recordings ever captured. Researchers interpreted the voice. I want you to hear it. It's German, and it translates, what at least what I'm hearing, it's German, and what it translates into is, "You are sleeping, you do not want to believe." I'm going to play it now.
Go. No.
I caught at the Magnolia, I caught a Class A EVP. Class A is basically the clearest you can get. Like, there's no question that is a voice, and it is saying this. Okay?
Okay. You never told me this. Yeah. Oh, dang it, Dakota.
Oh, that's fucking George Meeks.
Guys, this is why you don't let a Texan.
Oh, this is why you don't let a functioning retard be in charge of this shit.
Called himself a...
I am.
Hey.
In a world full of shadows, secrets don't stay buried for long. Open the door, step into the unknown. This is the Lots Full Podcast.
Why don't you hit me with your pet shark?
Hit you with my pet shark, because guess what? Welcome back to Lots Full Podcast for another exciting week. Your co-host, Arkansas Dave, and your host, Dakota. So, Dakota, what are we going to talk about today, buddy?
What a fucking transition, brother. What a fucking transition. Oh, hell. Well, it's something... I mean, you know what we're going to talk about. We tried to do this last night, but shit got in the way. It was a pain in the ass, dude. But this is something I've been curious about for a while myself. Just never really looked into. So I figured after last week's episode, we talked about an EVP. Why don't we look into the history of EVPs? Let's see where it starts.
Great. So my house is going to be haunted now.
Well, no. Hopefully not. No promises. Psalm 91, brother.
Go back to where the youth come.
Oh, you got to do the fucking voice, bro. Do it. Do it. So this motherfucker, all right? Last night I called him when we were getting ready to record to let him know I was getting on. And this is how he answers the phone.
I know. Oh, no, I got a better one for you that'll go along with this. Bring me their souls.
I stopped and I was like, who the fuck has Dave's phone? Like, that is not Dave. I didn't even know his voice could get that fucking deep. Holy shit.
And then we proceed to start playing around with what I actually can do. And he's like,
yeah,
man, you really should go into voice acting. I'm like, well, I could. But there's other people out there that are a lot better than I am.
I mean, you're pretty fucking good. So
listen, I'm an only child. Had to do something to keep my ass occupied growing up.
And it was either that or jail, and bail money's expensive.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
So, but you ready to get into it, brother?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, so electronic voice phenomena, or EVP, sits at the intersection of grief, media technology, psychical research, and cognitive psychology. In the narrow historical sense, EVP usually refers to allegedly anomalous voices found on recordings. In the broader, later tradition of an instrumental transcommunication, or ITC, it expands to radios, telephones, television screens, fax machines, computers, and now digital audio workflows. Most histories begin with mid-20th century tape experiments associated with Attila von Schlasky, or Schlazzy. Words are fucking hard, and this is a hard-ass name. Saleh, okay. You try it, Dave. S-Z-A-L-Y. Or A-L-A-Y.
How? S-L...
No, I'm texting it to you. It's going into the group chat.
Sazalay?
Saleh? I don't know. We're just going to call it... We're just going to use the first name. Sazaleh? Okay. Well, you know what? We'll just use the first name. Attila. I can say that.
Hey, Attila the Hun?
Attila von Sazele, whatever, and
Yeah.
Raymond Bayless. Then pivot decisively to Frederick Jurgensen's 1959 birdsong recordings, Konstantin Raudov's industrial scale follow-up work in the 1960s, and the 1970s to 2000s broadening of the field by figures such as Ernst Sinkowski, Sarah Estep, Marcello Bacci, and Annabella Cardoso. The techno-occult imagination behind all of this is older than tape. 19th century spiritual telegraph metaphors and Thomas Edison's 1920 speculation about an apparatus for contact with personalities which have left this earth supplied much of EVP's conceptual backdrop. As a narrative subject, EVP is powerful because it offers both atmosphere and intellectual tension. It gives you uncanny archival audio, large human stakes, and a strong investigative frame. Our listeners uncovering... What the hell? I'm leaving this in, but hello?
What the fuck has happened?
I don't know. I was reading.
You're reading and you're just like, whoosh, gone.
The hell? I was literally reading and then my phone starts ringing.
Yeah, you're not there at all.
My computer is frozen.
What the fuck?
It ain't the internet. My computer is just straight up frozen. Hang on.
You may cancel the recording?
Yeah, you go ahead and stop it.
I just left.
Oh, you left? Okay.
Yeah, it should cancel it out.
Let's see here. I'm trying to open up Task Manager and see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, you mentioned porn you've been watching, right?
No, that's on my phone.
Let me know when you get it pulled back up. I'm gonna look at something real quick.
Nothing. Holy shit. What the fuck? It says I'm still in.
1 second.
It says you're in here too. Like I'm looking at a picture of you. You're... Oh, it's trying to reconnect. Hang on.
Yeah.
What the actual fuck? Let me restart the computer.
Do so. Gotta love it. While you're doing that, I'm looking at Airbnbs. Over back up for a goddamn swamp. It sure the fuck does. Either a swamp or inland. Won't do that. Save. Sometimes I hate shit. Absolutely just fucking despise it. Know what I mean? Just let me know when you're in. Damn. It's kind of shitty. Which would it be? Oh no, you're fine. Playing shits and giggles here. Oh shit, that's not bad. No, I'm over here playing on, like I said, on Airbnb. If you would have said that earlier, I would have told you. I don't remember now. Hey, it's your fault. Sure you didn't. That's what they all fucking say. I didn't do it. And like Flynn?
Yep. You got me?
What the fuck?
What?
It's got 3 screens on my side.
Are they all going at once? Because it's only got one on my side.
Stupid.
Because it's only got one on my side.
I just sent it to you.
Yeah. I believe you. Oh, I would just ignore it. I've seen it do that shit before. I would just ignore it.
But is it going to put 3 in the recording or just 2?
Just 2. Just 2.
All right, let's try this one once again, motherfucker.
Yeah. We're still recording. Shit. I'm going to leave all this in. I'm going to leave all this in.
What the hell?
Yep. Technical difficulties.
This is what happens when you mess with fucking ghost shit, guys.
Ghosts in the machine. I'm just going to start this paragraph over because I don't know where it cut off. So as a narrative subject, EVP is powerful because it offers both atmosphere and intellectual tension. It gives you uncanny archival audio, large human stakes, and a strong investigative frame. Are listeners uncovering survival evidence or hearing meaning and ambiguity? The strongest scientific and skeptical literature does not treat EVP as established evidence of life after death. Instead, it points to auditory pareidolia, expectation effects, ambiguous degraded speech, unnoticed environmental contamination, radio frequency interference, compression or processing artifacts, and poor transcription protocols. Several studies show that people can be nudged towards hearing voices and ambiguous sound, and even proponent-run listening trials found only modest, unprompted agreement about what purported EVP examples actually say. Now, I actually included that because I agree with that. As a believer, I agree with that. My thing is that's why on these ghost shows that you see and stuff like that, I don't like that they put on the screen what it says. You know?
Right.
At least play it through a couple of times without that. Let me hear it. Because if I'm reading that, I'm going to hear it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, but you got to think, the ghost shows, they do that stuff so that it draws attention.
Yes.
And, I mean, if you don't draw attention on the show, like, views go down and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
you ain't making no money.
Play it once or twice without telling me what you think it says. Let me hear it. And then you can say, okay, here's what we think it says, you know?
Right.
But give me the chance to hear it myself.
Right. That's like me being in the background somewhere and say something stupid or what. I remember doing a course of what you said and what was actually heard. Okay? So, and it happens to me all the time, especially with my girls. I'll say, hey, let's go do this. And they're like, you want to go do what again?
Yeah.
And they're like, you said this. I'm like, no, I said this. And it's just misinterpreting.
Right. And like, that's the game of telephone, you know?
Yeah.
That shit happens all the time. Like that when I did ghost hunting, that's what I would do though. I would, if I got an EVP, yes, I would mark down what I thought it said. But then when I'm showing somebody, hey, listen to this. I might.
I mean, they get the same thing.
Yeah, I might point out, hey, the voice is in this part. I'm going to say this, and then the voice is after that, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell you the first time you listen to it what I think it says.
Yeah, and it's like, Ghost says, get out. Okay, it could be very clear, or it could be a...
Yeah. And see, that's why I do it, though, because if I hear something and then you hear it and hear the exact same thing, to me, that's not pareidolia anymore.
No, it's confirmation.
Yeah, there. Boom. That strengthens the evidence.
Yeah, and then you play it to somebody else that hasn't heard it yet. There it goes again.
Yep.
Same thing and same thing.
Yep.
It makes it more truthful at that point.
Like, I caught at the Magnolia, I caught a Class A EVP. Class A is basically the clearest you can get. Like, there's no question that is a voice and it is saying this. Okay?
Okay. You never told me this.
Yeah.
This is new.
I'll have to see if I can dig up the box that has my ghost hunting stuff in it, and the audio recorder should still have the EVP file on it.
Okay.
But basically, I was on a tour, and we would occasionally carry, voice recorders with us, just see what happens.
Shits and giggles.
Yeah, we wouldn't ask questions or nothing. Not like a regular EVP session. We would just carry it and see if we caught anything,
Yeah.
And so the day after, I was listening back to it, and Erin, the owner, she's talking about the history of it and everything, and she starts talking about James Campbell, who was the original owner of the hotel back when it was just a house, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she says something about him and then pauses, and you hear clear as day this voice, male voice, just going home. Clear as day. Going home.
Going home.
Now, that was James Campbell's house. That was where he got married and all that. It was also a stagecoach station at one point.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that in the Magnolia episode.
So it could have been a stagecoach passenger. Hey, I'm going home. You know. Can you hear me?
There we go.
Yeah. It could have been a stagecoach passenger. You know, hey, I'm going home.
Yeah, could have been.
So
you don't know.
Yeah.
Because back then, not everything was recorded. I mean, it was very well known until we got into the later years, especially the western states and the rural areas. Records sucked.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because, and I can prove this, especially with my family. I know this ain't nothing to do with EVP, but it's with the records. Where I found out that my dad's not my dad, and then I found my actual father's family, and we start trying to dig into it. Well, guess what? My grandmother and my great aunt are both adopted. We found their mother. The problem is we don't know if Hazel Skaggs is actually her name or not. We don't know if Skaggs is her maiden name or her married name.
Do you want me to cut that name out of the episode?
No, I ain't worried about it.
Okay.
You'd have to. There's a lot of like they're all dead.
I don't think they give a shit.
Yeah.
So the cleanest.
But I didn't give you what territory.
Yeah, that's true.
This is in either.
That's true. The cleanest way to frame EVP for listeners is to distinguish between its prehistory and its recorded era history. The prehistory belongs to the age of telegraphy, telephony, radio, and spiritualism. The National Science and Media Museum notes that 19th century telecommunications were almost immediately compared to spirit communication. By the 1850s, the metaphor of spiritual telegraph was already in circulation. That same museum source records Edison's 1920 proposal for an apparatus to test whether personalities which have left this earth might communicate with the living. In other words, before tape recorders entered the story, the idea that media could bridge worlds was already culturally established. EVP proper is generally located in the 1950s. The Society for Psychical Research, which is the group that Ed and Lorraine Warren started, biographical account of Raymond Bayless says that Bayless' first long series of experiments with Attila von Saleh began in 1956 and were summarized in the Journal of American Society for Psychical Research in January 1959. Later summaries describe the routive voices as having been first reported by Bayless before being more famously rediscovered and publicized by Frederick Jurgensen in 1959. Jurgensen remains the decisive origin figure in most public histories. White Crow Books forward to the 2021 edition of Routif's Breakthrough says that in 1959, Jurgensen heard a human voice during playback of a tape recording, initially blamed equipment trouble, then found further voices that he believed included messages from his dead mother. The ITC Journal's official archive page for Jurgensen's recordings adds that the archive includes voices Jurgensen called Lena, his assistant from the other side, as well as items later analyzed by Hans Bender. Those pages also identified named examples such as Lena Sings, Problem Message on Reverse Tape, and Kirsten's widow confirms her husband's voice. Routif then transformed a localized curiosity into a movement. The same White Crow ITC Journal forward states that after collaborating with Jurgensen, Routif pursued thousands of voice recordings of his own, published not even going to try to pronounce that. Unhurbears weird horbar. Okay, some other language. Looks German. I don't recognize it, and I speak German, so.
Okay.
In 1968, and reached Anglophone audiences in 1971 with Breakthrough. Secondary summaries tied directly to Breakthrough describe Rautiv as having worked with electronic specialists, claimed over 100,000 recordings, and used several methods: microphone recording in silence, recording from untuned radio noise. So that would basically be, and I can go into more detail on this, that would basically be the Estes method. And a diode or crystal set approach. So you know what the Estes method is? Okay.
No.
So you know what a spirit box is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, the Estes method takes or it attempts to at least, take the persuasion out of it. So you have one guy put on noise-canceling headphones plugged into a spirit box, and you blindfold that person. Okay? Now they can't see you, they can't read your lips, and they can't hear what you're saying. All they can hear is what's coming out of the spirit box, okay? The other people in the room can ask the questions. The person who's got the headphones on, his whole job is to say whatever he hears through the headphones.
Okay.
So he doesn't know what's being asked. So, like, say you ask the question, what's your favorite color? And you get the answer, 7-Up.
Blue.
7-Up. So you get the answer, 7-Up. That's nothing, you know?
Yeah.
But say you ask, what's your favorite color? And then this guy goes, blue. He didn't know what you were asking.
That is true.
You know? Mm-hmm. So then that adds a little bit of credibility to it. So.
Well, I was just thinking about, on the recording thing, set up 5 recorders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now,
I think I know where you're going, and it's been done.
Where you set one in each corner,
mm-hmm.
and then you have one in the middle. So at that point, every angle of that room's covered.
Yeah. So I've seen people do something similar where they've set 2 or 3 recorders all next to each other. And the weird part is you'll catch a Class A EVP on one of them and nothing on the others. Like, it, not even static, just nothing. I have caught an EVP at the park here. I heard, in the moment, I heard gunshots. Okay? Off in the distance. And you could hear me on the recording go, hey man, was that gunshots? You know? But when you played back the tape, there were no gunshots. Instead, there was a growl. Like it sounded like a dog was standing right behind us growling.
It's not weird at all.
Nobody heard the growl in the moment. We all heard gunshots. But there were no gunshots on the recording. It was a growl.
You know what a growl makes me think of?
Demonic?
Yeah, but I was gonna say hellhounds.
Yeah, possibly.
So, like, EVPs to me, they are interesting, and you can't discredit them because there's been a lot of, like you say, Class A's that have been done, especially in well-known haunted houses or haunted. We'll just say haunted places. But there are also a lot that are more than what they say they are.
Yeah, it's the Jesus burned into a piece of toast. It's pareidolia.
Yeah.
These fucking flies, dude.
Hey, man, they like you,
I'm
okay?
telling you, I'm sweet.
Sweet like a sweet piece of red meat.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, like,
Anyhow,
it's auditory pareidolia a lot of the time. I'd say a good 80% of it is auditory pareidolia.
yeah.
It's the class A's that interest me.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I'd be like me going back to the old house where I grew up at
Mm-hmm.
that we talked about, and I've had the experiences with, and the EVP's there. I guarantee you, I would probably get some type of EVP in that house. And I know I would because I'm not the only one that's had experiences in that house. Because I posted on one of the Facebook groups from down there, and I got people that grew up in the house. That house was actually moved there
Yeah.
way back in the day.
Yeah.
And they talk about, oh, it was great grandma or this or that. But they always heard like dishes, footsteps, maybe a conversation here and there. So some of the stuff that I had experienced lined up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the darker side of it, I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
I tell you what, I should
what
have
do you,
used these headphones from the fucking beginning, dude.
why?
Because normally I'm having to struggle to hear you through the computer speakers. I
No struggle.
I could fucking hear you like you're sitting right here next to me.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I got my good headphones out in the truck
Yeah.
that I could start using.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got a pair of decent headphones in them, and they're janky,
Well,
but I use them.
these are the ones I use for my PlayStation. They're Turtle Beach. So
Well, let me go grab my Garmin's.
yeah. You want to? I can pause the recording for a minute.
Listen, my little fat ass is going to have to waddle down the stairs, waddle out to my truck, get up in my truck, come back inside, come back up the stairs.
Keyword
No,
waddle.
Yep, I'm going to look like a fat penguin.
So the broader umbrella term, instrumental transcommunication, is usually attributed to German physicist Ernest Sankowski. Sources in the ITC milieu differ a little on whether the phrase dates to the 1970s or became widespread in the 1980s. So the most careful wording is that it is usually attributed to Sankowski and refers to electronically supported contact claims extending beyond audio tape alone. Official ITC-oriented sources define ITC as communication through tape recorders, radios, telephones, televisions, computers, and related devices. That broadened field then branches in several directions. In 1982, Sarah Estep's organization was founded to promote survival research through EVP. By the same early 1980s moment, William O'Neill and George Meek were publicly presenting the Spiricom as a two-way voice system for contact with the dead. Later decades brought public direct radio voice sessions associated with Marcello Bocci in Italy and the Luxembourg IT Circle, and the long-running work of Annabella Cardoso, whose own account says she began ITC research in late 1997 and was receiving direct radio voice messages from March 11, 1998, and launched the ITC Journal in 2000. Now I have some clips to show. If y'all want to hear them.
I mean, well, hey, we always going to listen to them and show, and our followers like to hear stuff like this too.
So, what you're about to listen to is a Swedish birdsong tape from 1959. At least that's what it was supposed to be. But when the artist Frederick Jurgensen played it back, he believed he heard something else, a human voice, and then more than one voice, and then eventually a message from his dead mother. His story would become the creation myth for electronic voice phenomena, the claim that the dead can speak through our machines.
Another thing with like hearing ghosts and stuff.
Do what?
That's another thing with like for hearing ghosts or spirits, whatever you want to call them. I know we find a lot of things on EVPs, but we also have to remember that recorders are more sensitive than say human ears are.
Yeah.
They're probably more in tune with like say dog ears. Okay? Because animals can hear things we can't. So I mean, like they got a dog whistle. You don't hear a dog whistle. A child might, and you might as an early adult, but the older you get, the less you can hear high pitch.
Right.
So, and it's been known for years, actually probably for a long time, and this goes way back when, that animals, especially dogs, always reacted to something. Okay, they just start barking for nothing. There's nothing there. But what if what they're barking at is actually a spirit? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or they perk up because they hear something. We didn't hear anything. But what if they're hearing a spirit? And now with the recorders, we now can hear what they're hearing in return. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm still.
Just imagine if you tuned a recorder to pick up certain decibels at the lowest frequencies possible, what would you pick up?
Well, absolutely.
Because if you tune a recorder, say to pick anything up from 1 decibel up to say 100,000 decibels. I don't know how far our decibel range actually goes without looking it up. But if you picked it up in that particular range, you'd pick up all kinds of freaky shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, how much will this recorder cost? Probably several $1,000s. Actually, this might be like NASA grade stuff.
Still trying to figure out where this went because I had it. I fucking had it a second ago.
Well, dang it, Dakota.
No, that's fucking George Meeks.
Guys, this is why you don't let a Texan
Oh, this
be in
is why you
charge.
don't let a functioning retard be in charge of this shit.
Called himself a retard.
I am.
He finally admitted it.
Nope, that's March.
How's that chant go? Metard, retard, retardation.
I've never heard that.
You never heard that?
No. That's it either. That frustrates me. Motherfucker.
We have demanded a school policy forbidding students and faculty from using that word.
Retard.
Excuse me.
Retard. You can't even say it. So, how do we talk about it?
We all know your opinion on this, Jeremy, but right now I'm the one speaking.
Brothers and sisters, Words only have power if we give them power. We must take back the word retard.
That we reclaim and redefine the
keep
word.
listening.
And since
I'm
normies
listening.
don't get retard, they don't have a say in this.
Normies do not get a say.
It's incredibly hurtful.
Even if we did get rid of it, someone will just think of another way of saying it. That's right. The queers took back that word.
We have demanded a school policy forbidding students and faculty from using that word.
Retard.
Excuse me.
Retard.
So most EVP researchers trace the phenomena back to Swedish artist Fredrik Jurgensen in 1959, when he claimed mysterious voices appeared on recordings he had made in the countryside. This next one, this is the one I was kind of telling you about on the phone last night. This is from Konstantin Raudiv. Okay, he worked with Fredrik Jurgensen. Okay, this is one of the most famous EVP recordings ever captured. Researchers interpreted the voice. I will not tell you what I think it says right now. I want you to hear it. But this one I know for a fact works because it kind of started playing when I was setting up. So let's go here. Let me see in my notes. So we're going to listen to 25 seconds of this. Okay.
You are sleeping. You do not want to believe. In another recording, the experimenter remarks that people do not believe in life after death, and a voice answers, "So sind sie."
So let's go back. I want you to hear that again. It's very quick, okay? It talks very fast. They play it several
Do that
times.
again?
Nicht glaube.
We do not think it's King Robinson.
So I'm rewinding it a little bit, okay? I will tell you right now, it is not English. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Willst nicht glaube.
We do not think it's King Robinson.
Is that what you're hearing?
That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. It's German. And it translates, what at least what I'm hearing, it's German, and what it translates into is, you are sleeping, you do not want to believe. I'll rewind it again.
Willst nicht glaube.
That's all I'm hearing. We do not think it's King Robinson.
Well, let me rewind to when she's speaking. She says it in German beforehand.
Right. Then, in Swedish and German, du sowas willst nicht glaube.
Okay, so that's what it says. It translates into, you are sleeping, you do not want to believe. I'm going to play it now, okay?
Go. No, I hear Hear English.
You hear English? And what is it you hear again?
We do not think it's King Robinson.
Okay, let me rewind. I want to try to hear that.
Du sowas willst nicht glaube.
Dude. Bro. You might be onto something. Either that or I'm falling into the suggestion trap, because I heard that clearer than I hear the German.
Oh, where's this at again?
So this is on the record made by Konstantin Raudiv. It's called Breakthrough.
Oh. I'm kind of curious real quick.
What are you curious about?
Stop it. All right. Where is this EVP taken?
I don't know. This is a vinyl record that goes with a book.
Okay.
I have not read the book.
Okay. This could be. Now, when it says King Robertson, this is it could be Scottish.
Hang on a second.
Claim.
I'm going to play it again. Yeah, we do not think it's King Robertson. Very interesting.
I listened to that several times before I said something.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I did not expect you to throw me a curveball there. So,
well, buddy,
before we get to the next one, whether you hear words or just static depends entirely on your perspective. Listen carefully before I tell you what believers claim is being said. Okay? So
is this the next one?
Yeah, we're going into another one.
I'm going to stick my head down near the speaker so I can hear it a little clearer. This is where my headphones come in.
This one, I don't know what is being said at all. So.
Okay.
I hear the voice, but I don't know what it's saying.
The first playback was faint, hissing, but as he adjusted the volume, a phrase emerged in Latvian. "We will speak again." So he recorded again, and again. More voices came through, disjointed, multilingual, mechanical. Some answered questions. One called him by name. Another used his mother's voice. He changed equipment, added shielding, removed every variable he could. But the voices kept coming. One simply said his name, Raudive. This wasn't interference. It was someone or something trying to get through.
Hang on real quick.
1969.
I'm going to do something. So now I'll take these on and off, but I want to be able to hear this as clear as I can.
Are you ready?
I am. Okay, let's go.
Raudevey conducted thousands of sessions. He used white noise generators, detuned radios, vacuum tube circuits, and he catalogued over 100,000 recordings. The messages grew darker, stranger. They said, "It's dark here. Tell the world. It hurts." Raudevey compiled his results in a book, Breakthrough, an amazing experiment in electronic communication with the dead. But it wasn't just a catalogue, it was a provocation, using nothing but magnetic tape and silence. These weren't stray frequencies, but he needed to make sure they weren't just anomalies. So he tested with shielded mics, multiple brands of recorders, and independent observers. But the voices still came through. Some spoke in multiple languages, switching in mid-sentence, as if speech itself was unraveling. Raudevey insisted this wasn't imagination. These were mechanical voices, captured, replayable. And they said one thing clearly. There was someone on the other side, and they wanted to be heard. EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, became its own field, and Raudevey was the man who opened the door. He had heard countless voices, but not the one he longed for. Skeptics called it madness. He called it method. Near the end of his life, Raudevey's tone changed. He no longer spoke as a researcher, but as a messenger. He firmly believed consciousness continued beyond death, and his final plan was to prove it. "If I die first," he told colleagues, "I will try to make contact. I will speak, and I will be heard." In 1974, he passed away quietly in Germany, and for 20 years, his voice fell silent. Then, on January the 27th, 1994, in Maryland, the USA, a woman named Sarah Estep sat at her desk. She was a respected parapsychologist, a central figure who brought scientific rigor to EVP investigation, founder of the American Association of EVP. Her phone rang. She answered. A male voice came through, faint but unmistakable. "This is Constantine Raudevey." She pressed record, then asked, "How are you, Dr. Raudevey?" He replied, "I'm as fine as a dead one can be." Then calmly, methodically, he delivered his message. Here's the actual recording.
"I'm as fine as a dead one can be. Dear Sarah, thank you very much for everything you did for the propagation of the voices. We tried, and we succeeded in building this bridge to the States. You are one of the first who are contacted by this meaning. Thank you very much for all the work you did. We are very proud and honored that we could contact you. I must interrupt now. This was the first contact. This was Constantine Raudevey speaking."
Thank you so much.
See this scratch?
All right. So, I don't know what the man sounded like.
I don't either.
But that doesn't sound like it would be human.
No, it does not. And I have a theory on that, and I wanted to include it. I think that was a prank.
Think?
I think it was a prank. And that's why it's important to do your due diligence in this field.
Now,
I have never,
one,
in my years, never heard such a crystal clear EVP go on for that fucking long.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I think it's a prank. I think somebody was fucking with her.
It's possible, and you'd have to know Radave to bring this up. But at the same time, you would also have to verify this with somebody that knew him.
Right.
20 years after his death, and he died, how old was he?
Oh, I have no idea.
Let me see. How old was Konstantin Radave? Spell his last name again.
Raudive. And Constantine is spelled with a K.
He was 65. So, so 85 years old, somebody's probably still around.
Yeah, possibly.
So, if you could verify it to see
that he was actually dead?
Well, not that he was actually dead, yes, but if that was actually him, that somebody knew his voice.
Yeah. Yeah. If that is his actual voice, then my doubts are erased, and that is the Holy Grail. You know?
Yeah. But also, like, in a way, it's kind of demonic, man.
It sounds weird. It gave me the chills the first time I heard it. So you ready for the next one? Do what?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I will say we probably do need to wrap this up for long before my wife starts beating me.
Okay, I got 3 more. So this is Italian experimenter Marcello Bacci, who became famous for allegedly receiving voices through modified radio equipment. We're only going to listen to a few seconds of this video, but it's just him talking, okay?
No longer live a normal life. He does not try to ignore it by continuing his normal life. Quote, in another communication, it was said, Marcello, just answer this question. Everything you wanted from me, what is it that you didn't get? What is it that you didn't find? What is it that I didn't give you to have? Quote, Marcello was gifted with remarkable creativity and at the same time with equally remarkable resourcefulness.
So this is the dude. I just wanted people to be able to put a face to the name. He is Italian. That's why you had the translator talking.
I figured.
So the next one, this is a demonstration. So in the 1980s, inventor George Meek claimed a machine capable, or a machine called the Spiritcom, allowed direct two-way communication with the dead. That's what this is right here.
No, I'm not talking a whole lot because I got my earbuds in and they kind of suck.
No, you're good. Press and play.
Meek says he spent 12 years and a personal fortune proving that the mind, memory, and personality survive death of the body as vibrating fields of energy, often elevated moments or days after physical death to higher levels of consciousness and psychic reward.
Our proof consists of many hours of conversations with some among the so-called dead.
Although there was no live communication with the dead, so to speak, Meek played excerpts of conversations supposedly recorded in 1981 between one of his research assistants and Dr. George Mueller, an American scientist who had died of a heart attack 14 years earlier. The garbled voice identified as Dr. Mueller is reminding researchers that Mueller may soon begin shedding his denser earthly vibration and ascend to an even higher and more rewarding level of consciousness beyond the reach of Spiritcom's crude design.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Meek claims to have filed no patents for Spiritcom and is steering clear of any peer group or religious review, except by those on what he calls the cutting edge of science, who are anxious to test and perfect his equipment on their own and eventually change the nature of life.
There will be no more tendency towards war, murder, or suicide. First, the people will, at that time, will know that death is merely the door to a new life. And the quality of that new life will be dependent upon how they lived this life. And as a result, life on this earth will be a whole new ballgame.
In Washington, Gregory Scott, Action
I don't
News.
know about you. I heard speech and I could pick out words here and words there, you know?
All right, you got me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard there's a time and place for everything. That was one of the phrases I heard.
So like I heard a word here and a word there. But I couldn't make everything out.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I could tell there was speech, but it's a lot like File 10 that we played last week. Like, I could tell there's something there. What it is, I had no idea. You know, I could hear bits and pieces. I heard what you're talking about. There's a time and a place for everything. I heard him ask, do you understand what I'm telling you? Like,
yeah. But I think EVPs, I'm not discounting them. I think there are some truths behind it. And I think they're unexplainable energies or residuals that happen. Now, whether it's the person that we think it is or something completely different, that's trying to communicate. That is something we'll probably never know. Do I think you need to be careful with this stuff? Yes, very much so.
Absolutely.
Because I think you could be inviting things that are not friendly.
Well, that's with any kind of paranormal research. Like, we don't know what we're talking to for sure. You know what I mean?
Right. And I can say that some people are more sensitive to this field of stuff than others are.
Mm-hmm.
I, for one, am, but I've also shut myself out and ignored it.
Right.
You, on the other hand, I don't know. I know you're open to it, but you're not. It's kind of one of those things, like, the old house you used to live in. We've talked many times about that house.
Yeah, and I want to do a full episode where I go and break down that house now that I'm out of it in detail, like the shit that went on there.
Yeah, because I think there's some stuff that you hadn't told me. I think I know most everything.
There might be. I don't know for sure. There might be.
But
you ready for the last one? This is the last little bit.
Yeah, we'll listen to this last one and then we'll wrap it up. And
this is a more like accurate demonstration of what it is now. This is Annabella Cardoso. She is one of the big figureheads today in EVP. Fair warning to everybody, this isn't an alternate language, but it does have translations on the screen. But it's more of a representation of what modern EVPs sound like. Okay? You ready, Dave?
I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be.
Estamos comunicando com o grupo Landel e com Carlos de Almeida. Pergunta. Como? Sim? Sim? Não ouço! Carlos de Almeida!
Olha, eu não posso responder diretamente. Desculpe. Não posso. Sim, estou a ouvir. Sim? Estou a responder, mas não estou. Agora percebeu-se um pouquinho melhor. Agora percebe-se melhor.
Okay.
So that's just a demonstration of modern EVP.
Two things from this whole thing. Off that one. She's not talking to the same person.
No.
I heard two distinct people.
I heard three.
Well, I heard two. Well, three. The main person and
there were two males at the beginning, and then that last part was a female voice.
I heard a child and what sounded like an older female.
Mm-hmm.
Like a child that was in trouble for speaking.
Maybe.
To a stranger.
Yeah. Maybe.
That's where the shit with me gets creepy. I don't do children spirits.
Yeah. Nothing brings more joy to the world than the sound of a child's voice. Or the sound of a child's laughter. Unless it's 3 a.m., you're home alone and you don't have any children.
Exactly. We've all watched Sinister.
My outlook on EVP is I think it's legit. I think EVP is a real thing. That being said, I also think that EVP gets... I think a lot of people say things that are EVPs and are clear when they're really fucking not, you know? Like that last one, the modern one that I showed you from Annabella. Like, that... Yes, it's in Portuguese, but a lot of it just sounds like... You know?
That's why I put these on.
Yeah.
because these cancel out all the noise around them.
Yeah, these do too, but even then, you know what I mean? So well, close us out, you beautiful bastard.
All right, guys. Y'all know now the history of the EVPs. Y'all know our opinions on them. And it's up to y'all to make y'all's opinion on what we've given you. If you don't think we give enough research, do some more research of your own. Leave a comment.
Or tell us what you want us to look into more on it, and I'll do more research. I'll dig more shit up. I find EVP fascinating.
Yeah. Dakota's got more time than I do. Okay? But, guys, remember, stay out there, keep looking, and always look for answers. The stuff that you want to know.
Absolutely.
Because it's there somewhere. On another note, with that being said, see that funny little shirt Dakota's wearing? That says Lots Full Podcast. If y'all want one, we have a website on Shopify. Shirts, hats, tumblers, and keychains. Okay?
Keychains coming soon. Keychains coming soon.
Oh, keychains coming soon. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But buy some. We know they're a little bit on the more expensive side. But also remember, these are made in-house.
By us.
Okay? By us. Actually by Dakota's mother.
Well, yes. With me going over there and helping her when she gets frustrated.
Yeah. But the proceeds are going to let us buy stuff.
Yes.
We're wanting to do a documentary, hopefully this summer. So we need to buy a drone, and we need to buy either body cameras or a camera with a gimbal on it so that we can walk around and keep everything nice and straight.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know exactly yet what we're going to do for the documentary. We got multiple locations we want to film at.
Multiple options, yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to be fun. So just remember. But hey, guys, we appreciate y'all. Keep watching, keep sharing, keep subscribing. And until next time, we'll see you.
Later, bitches.